Welcome back to the weekly news roundup here on Switch to Linux. This is the Sillyville edition. Found a few fascinating little articles here that maybe just go, or maybe. And by the way, guys, I did pass in Target today. They are selling Quip. So if you want to get your booster started now on your subscription model toothpaste, or I don't think they have toothpaste, but toothbrushes and dental floss, you can get your starter kit at Target. Please don't. Please don't. Anyway, off to Sillyville. Since it is Black Friday today, I always like checking out BlackFridayKillCount.com, and they have not had it updated as of today. Hopefully it's updated tomorrow. Hopefully they're keeping the thing going, because that was always my highlight of the year. Just like, why do people get injured to go shopping for consumer goods that they actually probably don't really need? Now, of course, I did go out as well. I enjoy getting out there. I enjoy seeing some of the madness. I take some crazy psycho photos. But this was a neat little article here of basically looking at Black Friday, the most dangerous shopping day of the year. A brief history. Are we ready? Decades, unlucky shoppers have gotten bruised, battered, and broken while fighting through savings-crazed mobs. Don't become another victim of Black Friday. Here's everything you need to know to save big without risking your life. So maybe we should have done this yesterday, but anyway, a brief history. Early 20th century, department stores start throwing Thanksgiving Day parades, marking Thanksgiving as an official start of the holiday shopping season. And by the way, this is a perfect time to plug. I actually have a book that details the origins of all of the various holidays, like all your major ones. It is called Happy Hellidays. You can find it on Amazon or anywhere else you buy your books, print book, ebook, and audiobook. And if I didn't have a cat sitting on my lap, I'll go grab a copy of it in a second. I'll grab it for the end of the clip here. But anyway, that kind of goes into it. And literally, guys, Thanksgiving, the final thing that caused Thanksgiving to be set to the fourth Thursday, because traditionally it was the last Thursday of the month, but then it was set on the fourth Thursday so that there was always one more Saturday of shopping in November before the Christmas season. And this is literally the start of it. It was Thanksgiving was set because of consumerism. Kind of crazy. I have a whole write-up about it in the book. That's one of the holidays I spent a lot of time looking into. I actually have some old clips from some of the old proclamations written from Washington and Abraham Lincoln and other guys there. 1961, Philadelphia PR newsletter uses the term Black Friday to refer to shopping the day after Thanksgiving, and the reason, if you're not familiar with business, you have business in the red, business in the black. Business in the black is where you want to be, and usually Black Friday is when businesses really start to make in their profits for the year. Just kind of funny. They run all the way up until the beginning of the holiday shopping season to actually make anything. 1975, Black Friday gets its first national exposure in a New York Times article. And 2002, Black Friday overtakes the Saturday before Christmas as the busiest shopping season of the year. And 2006, first Black Friday injuries are reported, and then the first Black Friday death reported in 2008. And here is your battleground. 59.1% of all injuries are reported at Walmart. Kohl's, 7.4%. Toys R Us still ranks at 7.4% despite the store closed down. 3.7% at Best Buy. Maybe it's just a little bit more respectable crowd, something you don't find in the Walmart customers. Kohl's, of course. I gotta say, I mean, y'all may have noticed I don't really shop for new clothes. And the last time I was in Kohl's, it was just a clothing store. That's how long ago it's been since I've been in a Kohl's. I went today, it's like, really, they have a lot of neat stuff in here. It's interesting. And I don't know if it's just like that all the time. They did have like this giant, like 10-foot sloth. It was kind of fascinating. But anyway, they had so many things. But Kohl's was like, I think the line was actually about a quarter of a mile long to check out. It's like at this point in time, why bother? We actually went in with the group of people I was with. We went in and the one wanted to buy something. Goes there, gets what you want to buy, gets in line. We left Kohl's, walked I think it was about a quarter mile one way to Target, went through the whole store at Target, bought a couple things, walked back to Kohl's, and she just made it to the checkout counter. So I can understand why Kohl's is on this list. So states to avoid if you are out there. California has reported the most injuries since 2006. North Carolina with 20, Tennessee 11, and New York is 6. The danger zones. 11.25% of injuries happen in the parking lot. 20% of injuries happen at the front door as the doors open. Guys, do not go when the doors are open. 68.7% happen inside the store. Most common causes of injury: pepper spray, 41 injuries, stampede, 19 injuries and 1 death, shootings, 8 injuries and 2 deaths, car accidents, 12 injuries and 3 deaths, and fist fights, 4 injuries. This is since 2006. Shoppers versus employees: 84% of Black Friday victims appear to be shoppers, 16% are employees. So avoid the front of the line. Wear goggles to protect yourself from your eyes from pepper spray. Shop with a friend who can pull you out of a stampede. Be well rested and don't get into fights. It's only a TV, for God's sake. Yes, I love it. I wish I saw a date on this so I could know when this was done, but definitely an interesting thing. Whoa, I almost forgot about the book here. So anyway, here's the book, Happy Hellidays. Pardon my green screen. But you can find this anywhere where you can pick up books. It's about 200 or so pages, I believe. It's just under 200 pages, and we look at the origins of... Well, we look at the general philosophy of holidays. We look at consumerism in holidays, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Then we look at the Old Testament holidays and how those all relate in and things like that. So Happy Hellidays. Murawski and Gayen are the authors on that. Co-wrote that with a friend. So you can find that book anywhere where you pick up books if you want to learn more about all the different holidays. All right, now on to this. Wouldn't be. This is just something I'm having more concern about. I decided to go ahead and put it over here in the silly news section for the day because this has been a new thing. If you have not seen this come up yet, this is starting to creep up in about the last 3 to 6 months, a little bit more. So you're getting a lot of more left-leaning things are starting to move us towards this idea of starting to eat insects because it's better for the environment. And how dare you eat cows and turkeys and things like this? You got to eat your insects because your insects is more sustainable. And of course, we all know if we don't do something drastic, then the planet is just going to fall over and die in less than 10 years. And if you do not care, how dare you? How dare you? Then I'm telling you guys, if you take a look at the places where insects are eaten, there tends to be a lot of poverty and other things like that. But anyway, this is Outpoke 2 Antennae, crafting an insect-based dinner party just in time for the holidays. No. Okay, guys, I've told you guys before, I've eaten insects, even raw ones. You know, you just crush the head right before you put it in your mouth so its wings don't go in your mouth, which is always an exhilarating feeling. There are some foods out there I'd rather eat the bug before the food, but for the most part, give me the food rather than the bug, okay? And then they'll use some of these arguments like, oh, you're already eating bugs, because there might be, 1 in 5,000 pounds of your flour might have a cockroach in it. So what, It's not the main staple, all right? A little cockroach gets in my flour. I don't really care all that much. I don't care. As long as it's not whole in there. If I'm digging out some flour and a cockroach pops out, I'm going to have a little bit of problem. Guess what I'm going to do, though? I'm not going to be like, hey, extra protein. Let's just make it in the cake. I'm not going to pick the thing out. Probably going to throw the bag of flour away, too. Just an FYI. But I'm going to pick the cockroach out of my cake. All right? So, of course, this is a trend that we are starting to see more and more and more. So this is one of these trends that you're going to start seeing as they're trying to get more and more people desensitized. Let's desensitize to the idea of eating insects for your meals and things like this. Oh, aren't they so tasty looking? So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, can we just separate, just create two countries out of the United States that put everyone that wants to eat bugs over there, and the rest of us will go over here with our meat and enjoy ourselves. Speaking of meat, what's the beef with VR? Well, somebody's putting VR headsets on cows, and we kind of want to know why. Like, virtual reality or just fake? I don't know, man. I don't know. At least he's not a but he might be. He might be. Like, what is going on? What? Why? Why? Yeah, let's just be upfront here. Yes, these pictures seem to show a cow wearing a virtual reality headset, and no, we don't really know what's going on here. You may have seen these images floating around on social media, followed by a trail of comments like, "This is the dystopian future we were warned about," and enter the enter the Mootrix. I have not read this article yet, people. Enter the Mootrix. All right. They purportedly show an experiment being conducted in Russia to test if giving dairy cows VR headsets can reduce anxiety and increase milk yield. But as you may have guessed, it's not all clear whether this is a genuine trial or an elaborate marketing stunt. Story can be traced back to the apparently serious press release from the Ministry of Agriculture and Food in the Moscow region, which was picked up by the Russian outlets Interfax and the Moscow Times. The reports say that the VR headsets are being carried out at a farm near Moscow, with the Google Translate release notes noting that the goggles have been specially adapted for a cow's head shape and vision. VR designers are also reportedly hired to create a unique summer field simulation program for the animals to enjoy. This bears, though, a lot of similarity to our current world, I gotta say, because it's like, how many times they want us to just put on blinders? This is where our VR's going. In fact, there's a movie about this. I can't remember the name of it. If you guys know the name of it, I'd love to write it down. Where everyone has to wear these like VR type headsets, and like, I guess the main character or something takes them off and experiences the real world for the first time. Does anybody know what movie that is? Let me know. I've heard about it and I can't remember the name now. But it's like they want us to put these blinders on, so we're seeing all these, and never mind all of the crazy that's going on all around us. So yeah, yeah. It's certainly not impossible, this real experiment. The agriculture industry is keen for any other new way. I mean, they should just put it on sheep too. We can all be sheep like ourselves, and that's it. So yeah, anyway, the VR headsets on cows, they're working on it, and I'm going to ask my dairy farmer about this. I really want his opinion. I would like your opinions too. Let me know in the comments down below.